Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. So as I mentioned in my Instagram post, I'm going to be doing a bunch of different kinds of videos, some disc reviews, course vlogs, and also some fun challenges. So today we're going to be doing reviews of all the new Ace line discs in comparison to some pre-existing molds in the Prodigy lineup. And then I'm also going to be playing a full round with just these 4 discs, testing their durability with the new plastic, and then also to see how well I can shoot with just these 4 discs. So today, without further ado, let's jump to the P Model S.
Alright everybody, so here we are with the profile of the P Model S. It is a very low profile putter, definitely the lowest profile out of any putter for Prodigy. It has a nice flat top, a rounded edge, and a micro bead, giving it a nice straight flight. And today we're going to be comparing it directly to the PA3, which also has a really flat top, but is definitely a more, much deeper putter. It has a blunt nose and a much bigger bead on the bottom, giving it a little bit more overstability.
Alright, so that is the profile of the P Model S. And now I'm going to be throwing this and comparing it directly to a pre-existing mold, the PA3. Because the base grip plastic, it's very, very grippy, but it's also pretty stiff. So I'm directly comparing it to the 350G plastic for the PA3. Right now, we have a little bit of a headwind going this way. So I'm gonna both throw them going away from the camera and then throw them back to the camera. And I'm gonna try to throw them as flat as possible to see how they fly. Let's get to the throws. Alright, so both those throws were flat releases. Both discs are generally pretty straight with a little bit of fade on the end. Now I'm going to throw them with some hyzer, swinging them out to the right, letting them come back in, see how they hold up to that. After that, we'll throw them with some anhyzer, which is going to be having them start out to the left and pan back to the right. Alright, so that's going to be the throwing portion of this review for the P Model S. A couple things I found is it does seem to have a little bit more glide than the PA3, and the shallow rim and the very, very small micro bead allowed a really clean release, which I liked. I did find that I went about maybe 5 to 10 feet further on each line, but since they are both putter models, now let's go to the putting green and check out how they do when you put them at the baskets. Alright, so we are over here at the putting green for the course here in Haverhill, Clement Farms. I'm going to be doing a little bit of putting with my 350G PA3. Right now I putt with the 300 soft PA3s, so this is pretty familiar to me. And I'm also going to be putting with the P Model S. I'm probably going to throw about maybe like 20 to 25 putts with each. From various distances and various stances, and we will see, let's see how I do. So cue the putting montage. So we are back from the putting montage. So, thoughts about the P Model S for putting. So personally, I like the PA3 because it has a bigger bead. I like to sit my finger kind of right in the bead, right there, between the rim and the bead. It helps me, I feel like, be able to open up my hand directly at the basket and know it's going to go right at the basket. So the lack of a bead was definitely a little bit weird for me. And I felt like I either got a really clean release or a really wobbly release. With the PA3, I felt like I was a lot more consistent. Maybe it's because I'm more used to it, but so there's that. And then the other thing was the glide. The P Model S has a lot more glide than the PA3, which is definitely helpful at times from outside the circle if I'm like really trying to run a putt and I want to make sure it stays chain high. However, if I miss the basket, I was finding that the P Model S was going way past the basket in comparison to my PA3s. So as of right now, I would probably stick with the PA3. I am going to play a full round at the P Model S as my putter, so we will see. But I think as of right now, I'm definitely going to stick with the PA3 for my putter. But I do really like the P Model S for a thrower. It flies really, really well, and I was finding that I was getting a lot cleaner releases with it. So it may go in my bag as a throwing putter and use for like long jump putts. But if you want to try out a P Model S, check them out at shop.prodigy.com. You can either pick them up on their own or in the starter pack, which comes with this, the P Model S, the M Model OS, and the F Model S, which I'll be reviewing in a later video. So you can choose whichever you prefer, and I definitely recommend trying out one of these discs. They're really great. The Duraflex plastic's coming out later this month, and the P Model S may be coming out in that plastic pretty soon, which would make it an even better thrower. So I definitely keep your eyes peeled at shop.prodigy.com for when those drop later in January and early February. And until next time, get out and throw, and stay tuned because I'm going to be coming out with a review of the M Model OS pretty soon.